A principal in the Hamptons has been fired from her job after she was featured very, very briefly in a Trey Songz music video. Now, this music video, of course, included some sexy content, some bikini-clad women, and administrators weren't too happy when they found out that their educator was in it. So the educator in question here is Esther Adler-O'Keefe, and according to the report, she was the only woman in the video over the age of 25, and she plays a woman going on vacation with her husband, leaving Trey Songz to watch the house. Now, we can't play you the music video because of copyright issues, but if you watch it, it's honestly a few seconds. She's just like, all right, have a good time. Remember, there's security here, and then she leaves with her husband. She's not in a bikini. She's not shaking around. She's not having a good time. She's just leaving. That's it.
So she didn't even shake her ass.
She didn't even shake her ass, and she got fired just because she appeared in the music video. Now, the school released a statement about this. The superintendent says the following: the video in question showcases behavior and language use that is not promoted by the Southampton School District. In fact, we actively teach our students the importance of good character and making smart choices. Additionally, this is not representative of who we are as a district, nor of our students and staff. Now, keep in mind, this was something that she did in her own time. She had a pretty terrible excuse. She told administrators that she didn't know what was going to be in the music video. However, that's also not far-fetched. There are some cases where actors and actresses will be in a music video or something. I know from experience, because my boyfriend was recently in a music video, and they don't know what the final product is going to look like.
Of course they don't. No, they shot that scene in a house. They didn't then bring people necessarily into that house.
Yeah.
They might have. I don't know how they did the shoot, but oftentimes the ass shaking part will be in a completely different place. The magic of television and videos, right? So she might have had no idea. She might have shot that scene and never seen the girls in the bikini. And what, so just because she was in a scene for 2 seconds that wasn't bad at all, she's got to go?
And some might argue, well, as a principal, you should ask the questions, you should know what the final product looks like. But even if she knew that it's a Trey Songz music video where bikini-clad women are dancing around, who cares? It's on her own time. On her own time.
Now we're talking about bikini-clad women. How much have we regressed in this country? Right. Like, oh my God, she was spotted with women in bikinis. That is an outrage. You know, this is unacceptable. And the principal and the board added at the end, back that ass up. Okay, now come on, let her go! Let her go!
I kind of have a funny story about this. When we were talking about it in our production meeting, JR and I wanted to watch it really quick, and the first line in the song is, I got 2 bitches. So, which is kind of funny, right? Because you wouldn't expect a principal to be in a music video like that. But still, I don't know, maybe I'm too liberal. But it doesn't affect her job. It was done on her own time. It is possible that she didn't know what the final product could have been. Let her go.
Who cares? Well, what happened? The morals of the young children were corrupted? Well, that video exists whether she was in it or not. It's not like the students in that school are going to be like, oh my God, I watched that video and now I'm pro asses. And my principal was in the video, so apparently she sanctions me being pro ass. Okay, that's it, my morals are corrupted. Otherwise I would have never seen that video and I wouldn't have known that it was acceptable to enjoy that shaking ass.
Small things. Well, first off, I don't remember ever idolizing my principal at any school I ever went to.
Right?
And going, oh, you know what my principal did? I'm so proud of my principal. I'm going to be just like my principal. You know I love my principal.
Can I just say, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. When's the last time any kid in America said, I want to be just like my principal? I mean, I wish they would, I guess, right? Yeah. But I never heard that.
The only thing we know our principal for was we got in trouble with when we fucked up and the teachers got to us or whoever else told on us and we end up in the principal's office. We don't know what else the principal was doing the rest of the day, but waiting for kids to come in and get in trouble.
Could you imagine they're actually not doing anything? They're just waiting. They're like, oh, finally I got one. All right, come on in, Johnny. You son of a gun.
They have a tough job, so I don't want to totally.
Right, but kids, like the effect on kids, you know, we don't know what the hell they're doing. And secondly, it's an acting role, right? It's basically all it is. We elected Arnold Schwarzenegger. This was said during the campaign. We elected him governor. He was in movies where he cuts people the fuck up, shoots people in the head and face. So we should be like, oh, you know what our governor portrayed in movies? A killer, a murderer. He cut people up, gory shit. He was the fucking Terminator. He's a robot. Is that a bad representation
He's a
of us?
robot.
Because he played a role. She played a role. That's all it is. You can't be an actor on the side if you're a principal.
He dropped people out of helicopters in movies he was in. He was literally a killing machine. Literally. Okay. Dude, we forget because we're so used to the title of the movie, but he was a Terminator. He terminated people for a living, and we put him in charge of the whole state. So a principal can't be in a video for 2 seconds where she doesn't do anything wrong. Come on.